Hello everyone, today we're starting to build a 4x4 lean-to shed. These sheds are for those who have a small yard and still want a shed so they can store gardening equipment, gas cans, or just anything you want out of the house. And to start, I mark roughly where the shed will be located. Then I start to clear the topsoil, removing any vegetation that's in the area. For the shed base, I'm using these camel blocks instead of regular concrete blocks. We'll talk more about them later. But for now, in order to locate and level the blocks, first we need to cut the joist headers. For the floor, I'm using 2x6 pressure treated lumber. Since we are building a 4x4 shed, I need to cut the lumber exactly at 4 feet long. Then I cut 4 sets of 2x6 at 44 inches long. These will be used as floor joists for the shed. At this point, I like to install the end hangers. To install the hangers, I use 1.5" Simpson strong tie screws. They are a little more expensive than nails, but makes the installation much easier. If you prefer to save few bucks, you can use nails if you like. So for this shed, we're gonna use these camel blocks. What I like about them, they have a wider foot base, which means you could support more loads. However, our shed is gonna be a small shed, but this is the perfect shed to give this a try. The next few steps are pretty straightforward and at the same time pretty labor intensive. The end goal is to get all 4 blocks leveled between each other. I found out that using gravel to raise the block it's much easier than using dirt, and also that gives a better stability for the block. If you don't have a 4-foot level, you can use one of the joists in conjunction with the level. Just take your time, go around, 1 block at a time, leveling the foundation. One thing to remember as you do this is that you do not want any of the lumber touching the dirt. That will bring moisture onto the wood and potential termites. Just dig down deep enough, getting a nice clearance between the dirt, the floor, and the bottom of the shed. And here's a mistake I made. When I installed the hangers, I had them flushed with the bottom of the joist headers, when in reality you do want them a little lower than the joist. So it's best if you actually take a piece of scrap lumber, place it inside the hanger, that way you know exactly where to install the hanger. This is not a big deal for me, I had to correct all 4 of them, but now that you know, you can avoid this extra step. And once the hangers are corrected, it's time to install the outside floor joist. On the side of each hanger, there are 2 slots, one for each additional screw. You install those screws and you do the same thing on the inside around all 4 corners. Then we need to make sure that the floor of the shed is going to be square. We do that by measuring diagonally on both sides of the floor. We are looking for an equal distance when measuring diagonally. If one side is longer than the other side, you need to push that in, making it equal. Next, we need to measure where we want the floor joist installed. Generally, I install the floor joist 16 inches apart. This will provide a good, sturdy floor for a shed. I drive 3 2.5-inch GRK exterior screws on either end of the floor joist. And we're gonna use hangers to connect the joists. There's various ways to do this. You could use a skid and then sit the joist on top of the skid. However, which way you decided to do, I recommend you going to everydayshed.com. We have a free material list that has everything included in this shed build. That's gonna save you a lot of time shopping around. Also, there's plans that combined with this video makes this build much easier. And if building a shed it's not your thing, you may want to purchase a shed already built. We're also going to connect you with shed builders or shed dealers in your area. Make sure you check out everydayshed.com. In order to install the joist hanger, I lift up the framing and slide the hanger underneath to get it in place. I drive a total of 4 screws, 2 on each joist, securing the hanger in place. I repeat the same process on the other side. Time to bring in the subflooring. For this shed, I'm using 3/4 inch tongue and groove OSB subflooring. I'm gonna cut the OSB at 46 inches in length. My goal is to use the other half of the sheet on the roof, so I'm gonna go ahead and save that for later. I apply a bead of construction adhesive onto the joist. This is not really required, but it's a good practice if you're building sheds. When laying down the subflooring, I try to center the flooring as much as possible. This will result in a 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch gap from the edge of the joist. To install the subflooring onto the joist, I drive 1.5 inch deck screws. I place them every 12 to 16 inches going down the joist. And now that we built the floors, it's time to build the walls. And we're gonna do that on this next video right here. I hope this video was enough to get you started. It was informative, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching.